Finally, the clouds have parted, and Bob Iger has graced us with his opinion on the events of last weekend. Let's talk about the divine statements of Bob Iger here on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place. I'm a little salty today, I'm just going to warn you, and here is Mr. VashSky.
Well, hey, look, listen, I think we're all a little salty, and the salt must flow.
Let's get right into it. CEO Bob Iger shares statement in wake of what happened at a rally for former President Donald Trump. This from WDW News Today by Katie Francis. Disney CEO Bob Iger has taken to Instagram, the most reputable of social media platforms, to share a statement in the wake of what happened on July 13th. The incident took place in Pennsylvania while the president was on stage, and there were two related fatalities, including the shooter. At this time, reports indicate that 3 people were injured, including Trump, who sustained a wound to his ear. I'm wondering if people might start punching a hole in the right one of their mouse ears when they go into the park as a little bit of a statement to say, hello, Bob. Hello, Disney. Hello, ABC News, and whatever part you played in all of this. On July 14th, Disney CEO Bob Iger posted the following statement to his social media account. Actually, before we talk about that, hey, Vash, did you know that Bob Iger wanted to be president one day?
Oh, yeah, I sure did, Jonas, and the repercussions that has had, not only on his image, but also the image and reputation of the entire company, I think has been dramatically affected by the decision, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. We've shown a video on this channel before that Christopher Rufo provided public access to for everyone of Bob Iger talking about how the Disney company needed to get political. And looking at Bob Iger's book, which I've read a couple of times now, once while I was a pixie duster and once with eyes open, Bob Iger talked about how he had presidential hopeful dreams at one time because everyone was pushing him in that direction. Oh, shucks, I guess I might be the kind of guy who perhaps could run the country, the leader of the free world. Oh, I could possibly do that because Disney is basically like a country. Why is it like a country? Because he has bought every company in existence that has had any kind of popularity, whatever. More on that at another time. So when we read what Bob Iger says, we need to remember that this is a guy who feels like he needs to influence the thoughts of everyone in the world. We are all thankful that President Trump was not severely injured, and I wish him a speedy recovery. I offer my most heartfelt condolences to the family of Corey. Forgive me. I'm going to struggle with this name. I am not able to put the full respect on it by saying it correctly. Corey Comparatore, a hero, by the way. And I am praying for the other victims of this unconscionable incident. As a nation, we must all unite in condemnation of, because of YouTube, I'm going to say, this kind of thing. First of all, I'm going to say I agree with Bob Iger in this. He's not wrong in saying the thing that he says, but he's also a man who owns a news organization or has complete control of a news organization and has created this kind of situation in the United States, who has stoked the fires of this kind of thing in the United States. Vash, do you think it's appropriate for the CEO of, let's say, Kmart to come out with a statement on something like this? What about the CEO of, Tractor Supply?
Yeah, John Deere. Yeah, I don't know if it's 100% appropriate. I understand that Bob Iger thinks of himself as a kind of a media mogul or very influential figure, right? And it's like, well, people are, they want to hear from somebody like me, so I'm going to go ahead and put this statement out there. I would say if the company wasn't so divisive in their rhetoric, in their programming, in their products, maybe this is a little bit more heartfelt. But it's just, there's a tinge of insincerity given the company's history regarding this matter. Like you said, Jonas, I mean, the way that ABC specifically has covered 45 in the past, I mean, it has fomented so much rage and so much anger. And I think we talked about it on another program, but they have lost 50% of the audience, in large part due to how they have covered the former president of the United States, and also to, some of their other coverage regarding political issues and so forth. It's just, the game being played here, and that's where the insincerity comes in.
Yep. There have been a number of CEOs that have weighed in on this incident in particular. Amazon's Adam Jassy, Mark Benioff of Salesforce, Cristiano Amon from Qualcomm, Satya Nadella of Microsoft, Tim Cook, Mary Barra of GM, who is on the board of the Walt Disney Company with Bob Iger, Michael Dell, did I say Tim Cook, Pat Gelsinger from Intel, and even Sam Altman at OpenAI, but maybe he sourced his from thousands of other entries on the internet. Forgive the gallows humor as I talk about this. I don't care what the CEOs say, unless they're saying, chill out. Bob Iger, yes, saying the right thing and saying, chill out. But I also think he needs to make an about face here. I can't emphasize this enough. If you have a news organization, you don't need to be stoking the flames in this way. You need to have people to stand in the gap and say, whoa, what's the actual truth of the situation? And for its part in all of this, ABC has not, I don't think they've been responsible in how they've responded to the changing political climate of the last 10 years. I say the changing political climate. There's your climate change for you, now that I've flagged us in the system for sure now, as we talk about not just politics, but also the holy issue here for YouTube. They're creating a situation instead of de-escalating that situation. Vash, do you think that Bob Iger is going to come down from heaven and grace us with any more wonderful thoughts on how we need to react to the situation in the United States?
I'm sure there will be much more commentary from Bob Iger regarding all kinds of political issues, including the upcoming election this year. I'm sure he'll have statements on that. That is for sure. Very interesting, by the way. He puts it out on Instagram as he's kind of receded from Twitter a little bit right there, even though the company has not. That's a very interesting thing to take note of as well. But look, there have been, actually, I believe in the 2016 campaign, there were multiple attempts at bad things happening to certain candidates. And still, this rhetoric continued. Only until it's gotten to this point where it's like, well, let's go ahead and do the about face. But honestly, that self-reflection should have come
I don't
earlier.
know if it's the fact that the guy made contact, the fact that the guy was almost successful, or the fact that it is now politically very damaging to a person like Bob Iger and the people that he supports. But that being said, I need to go, and we're going to talk about maybe some theme park attraction seats one of these days here. Hopefully we get to something a little bit lighter here, but I don't think we're quite there yet. Like this video if you have found it helpful in any way, enlightening in any way. Maybe if you're just as salty about this entire situation as I am, consider sharing it out on social media. Of course, consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.